Hey there. Welcome back to another fabulous What's Up Wednesday. What's up? Again, Jacob coming to you. Sorry I was out last week. I was feeling miserable and didn't want you to have to put up with how my voice sounded and all that good stuff. And so you got your video from Elliot, and I hope you liked it. Anyway, I'm coming to you today to kind of give us a temperature reading, see where we are. And talk about where we're going and some other things. So, for starters, this week is a week. This module in specific here during the program is one that's near and dear to my heart. As a matter of fact, Elliot and I just got done working on our first SHSU Online digital education podcast called One Bite at a Time, and the entire episode is focused on accessibility. So, for me, this module speaks to the larger phrase. And a phrase I like to use when I think about accessibility is that a rising tide lifts all boats. The more accessible I make this course for one person, the more accessible it is for everybody in my course. The better designed it is as well. So I really think if you think about putting together the ingredients of a very good course, just like you put the ingredients together for a meal, I think accessibility is a must in order for the meal to turn out. And it's a must in order for the course design to be the way you want it to be. So again, really like this unit. I love some of the stuff that I read in the reflections this week was just phenomenal. One of y'all talked about how color can even set off emotions in students and what that means. And then there was a resource that was sent by, that was shared by another instructor that talked about how some of the special needs students liked red, and so it's recommended that you add stuff in red. Now, as I think about colors in the line of accessibility, I want to remind us all that feel free to use them for sure, but also make sure to do something else besides color to take into account our students who might have an inability to see a specific color, right? So they might be colorblind to red, for instance, or to another color. So it's always good to, if you do use the color, use something else to emphasize it, whether it be bold, italicized, underlined, something like that. All of those things are very good. So again, very good stuff. That being said, I will say that looking ahead, next week is going to be spring break. So you guys have a week off. I will say, and I actually did this to the students in my University 1101 class as well, that use this next week to catch up if you can, right? Try to build in some time during your break to turn in some of the stuff maybe you were a little behind on, or even work ahead if that's what you want to do. But that being said, leverage that time away if you can to help you catch up. Outside of that, recharge. So, for instance, my wife and I are going to go on vacation next week, so we'll be out. One of the things that we're doing is we're going to the Louisville Mega Cavern, and we're going to be ziplining in a cave. I'm super stoked about that. If I get a picture, I'll bring it back and share it during our session or during our Wednesday What's Up or whatever. I'll figure out a way to share it. But anyway, I'm stoked about it. But we're actually going to be in Indiana, but Louisville's right down the way from where we're going to be. So that worked out. That being said, that's kind of what we're doing for spring break. And then we get to see Journey on Friday at the rodeo. So I am really, really, really excited about that. So that being said, looking ahead, after when you come back, you've got engagement and media. And this is something, this is a module that, I think having us all take a look at is going to be important. One of the things when people filled out their surveys and talked about things they want to learn more about, engagement is always one of those big ones, right? It's always one of those things that we want to do because it's important to reach these students. And so I would invite you to just take time, read through every lesson. We're providing a lot of resources in there for you to download and use later, but also watch the videos. Some good stuff in there. And I will say that it's not the end-all be-all. I would work with the, you're going to get an email from Patrick's group next week, announcement, but I would work with them to help you because they've got plenty of ideas around engagement that can help in your online course. Our ID support team, IDSUPPORT at shsu.edu, super involved in working with faculty to make their stuff more engaging. So I just hope that you maybe reach out to them as well. So I would be shorting you if I didn't have a tip. And the tip for this specific one is just the same one I would give every accessibility unit, and that is to leverage the tool that makes sense, and that is the accessibility report. You can do it by going to your course tools in your wonderful details and actions menu, and that pops you up, and you can actually go to accessibility report right here. You will then be able to run a report on your course and tell you what's behind, what needs to be looked at, and all that stuff. We're actually pretty good at 74%. So there's some things in there that we can fix, and our team will do that. But we leave it like this so you can see kind of what's going on. And some of the stuff is interpreted as it needs to be fixed, but it really doesn't. So I will leave that one alone. But you can see here how it lets me to start to even, I can go with my easiest content to fix low scoring content, or view the entire course and kind of go through it one at a time. So you can see here, there are some things that I can look at, so I can move through these and make my course accessible by one fix at a time. I will say that outside of this particular tool, start thinking about those things that you're uploading into your course, right? Like your Word documents, your PowerPoints, and your PDFs, because those things are, the base, if you will, of the stuff you're having them access to, resources that your students need. Each of those softwares have their own accessibility checkers built in, and the ability for you to do those things like headings and alt text and all that good stuff. I discovered something this week that I didn't even know about Adobe Acrobat, that if you set up Adobe Acrobat, you can actually set the direction it's read by a screen reader. You can actually set the reading flow in an Acrobat document. So for instance, if you're using boxes to organize your text in that Acrobat document, for instance, maybe it's a flyer of some sort, being able to denote which way the reader should go through the boxes is important. Otherwise, a screen reader might just read that thing the wrong way. Again, really neat, interesting concepts. So I hope that you are having a great week. I would definitely encourage you to get in there and catch up where you can. And we are really enjoying interacting with your content. The stuff that you're sharing, the resources that you use. I saw a WCAG Cliff Notes. I thought that was awesome as well, that was shared. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week, and we're really enjoying our time with you in the program. We hope you're enjoying it and picking up on things. Feel free to share out if you really like something that really hits you. That like, wow, let us know so that we can make sure we focus on it. Or if you think we're missing something, please let us know that as well. We appreciate you. We hope you have a good week and enjoy your spring break. Thanks a lot, y'all.